everyone. I'm Mackayla, and today we have Hansol from Shoreline joining us on the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited.
So, you guys just put out an acoustic version of Soul.
That's correct. 100% true. Thanks for listening to it. I assume
Yeah,
you've listened to it.
I
Yeah.
have. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you so much. That's really kind.
So, what made you choose that song off of the album to go acoustic versus others?
Um, we tried a bunch. We tried playing a song called Darius or Darius live, acoustic. And there's another one, it's called Loose Contacts. And those two kind of worked fine acoustically. But Soul just felt most exciting because I don't know, the chords are a little different and the whole vibe of the song is way different, I'd say, from the original recording. And for the other two songs I just mentioned, the acoustic version felt like exactly that. Just the song played on an acoustic guitar, and then it's more or less the same. So being able to have like a little bit of a different approach on the song was fun.
You guys also, went on tour to promote the new album. How was the tour?
Oh, it was great. We played so many shows in the first half of this year, and most of it was us supporting other bands. And that's what we usually do. Like most of the times when we go on a longer tour, we'll be the support or opener or whatever. And we tend to rarely play headline shows, especially in Germany, because we feel like, I don't know, we've played Cologne, for example, 10 times since we formed this band. And we kind of try to like be there quite often as a support and then do like every now and then do a headline tour. And it kind of worked out because it was definitely the coolest, greatest, like any superlative in a positive way that you can imagine. It was probably one of them, yeah, the funnest, is that the right word? The most fun
Yeah.
tours for me. Yeah.
What made it the most fun tour?
I remember when we played the first show, and it was in Hanover, and like we have information beforehand, so we have like all the ticket sales prior to the event, obviously.
Mhm.
So we knew that there were people coming, but it's like seeing the actual people in the room, in a room that we would like not headline, like we haven't headlined a room of that size before. And it
Mhm.
sounds like we are a huge band, but it was like a 200 cap room, okay? And it was filled. Like it was like most of those shows were sold out. And I was stunned by it. Like I was also a little bit, maybe it's imposter syndrome, but I was
Mhm.
like the first couple shows where there were that many people in the room for us. I just kept asking myself, who else is playing today? Like normally this situation would be us opening for another band and then suddenly have like these people in the room for us felt like very exciting. And that was like I think I can speak for all of us. That was like a very kind of new experience because it's like as I mentioned, it's the first time playing those kind of venues by ourselves and actually people are showing up. So yeah, it kind of like boosted our morale a lot.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Like it's not that we needed a boost of morale, but like we came from like, playing like 30 support shows as an opener, and
Mhm.
like sometimes the crowd is not as excited for you when you open at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense because they're enjoying the music, but they're not like there for you.
yeah, yeah, true. Which makes it sometimes hard, but like most of the times, it's also kind of a challenge.
I
Yeah.
bet. Yeah. Were there any particular shows that kind of stood out as favorite ones from this past tour?
Yeah, definitely. It was Munich, because there was my guitar teacher at the show. He taught me how to play the guitar when I was still in high school or still in school. So that's over 10 years ago, and we haven't seen each other since then. And like I played in like a band when I was still in school, and
Mhm.
he would lend me his gear. He would lend me his guitar amp and stuff, and he's never seen Shoreline before. So, and the show was luckily the show was great. It was one of like it was the biggest show on that tour. And sometimes in the past, when I would invite people who I like know from another context, maybe from work or just like friends from school, and invite them to the show. And the show is kind of us playing in front of like 15 people, and two of them are my friends. It feels like oh no, like trust me, usually it's not like that. And that happened before a couple times. So I was very glad that he saw a good show of us, and that made it very special. And yeah, just overall because the show like was I think the biggest show on the tour. And Cologne, I don't know, just, the city is just is always like a good one for us. Like every like I mentioned, probably it's because we played it 10 times, and we've been there so many times. But yeah, Cologne was nice. If I think back of like one specific show that's probably like my favorite, it would be Cologne, I guess.
Okay. What did your teacher think of the show?
Oh, he was very nice about it. Like, the situation where we finish the show and the like people from the crowd are still like hanging around, and me going to the people that I invited, like that, seeing each other and those like 10 seconds of me knowing, okay, they gotta give me feedback at some kind. That just boosts my anxiety. But he was very nice about it. Like he said he was very proud of me, and that made me happy. Yeah, and he brought like an old friend of his, and yeah, it was like overall just very wholesome and nice.
I'm glad he enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, if he didn't, he was very good at hiding it.
Yeah, and then you guys also have a tour coming up next year.
True. Yeah, a couple ones actually. We have a very like a full UK and Europe tour with Foyer Strong and Koyo, and that's like 3 weeks, I think, something around that 3 weeks. And we just announced a headline tour for like it's only Germany for some quote unquote B market cities, whatever that is. But yeah, we just announced like another headliner. Yeah.
So, are there any particular places that you're excited to visit that you haven't been to before?
I think we like I've been to Paris a couple times, but only like as a
Hmm.
private person, like on vacation,
Yeah.
not with the band. It's the first time playing it with the band, and I'm excited to do that. And some cities in the UK. I think we've never been to Birmingham. I think we're playing I think we've played Nottingham once, but we're not playing Nottingham. I think it's Birmingham. Yeah, Birmingham. I've never been to Birmingham. We're playing there with Forrester and Koyo. And in general, just the UK, even though
Hmm.
we've been there like 3 times now, it always feels, and it because probably it is a whole different world than what we're used to from the mainland. So yeah, I think I'm mostly looking forward to the UK.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never
Are you
been. I
coming to
want to
one of the
go.
shows?
I wish I'm in America, so
Okay.
I wish I could make it, but flights are so expensive.
Oh, just as you mentioned, I was sorry, I was assuming that you were from the UK, but you don't have a UK accent. That would have been weird. What could be? Where are you located then? Where are you
In
from?
Massachusetts, in America, like on the East Coast.
Okay, I'll be in Boston in 2 weeks.
Oh, nice. That's where I live.
Really?
Yeah.
Funny. Cool. If you
What do
want
you?
to hang out, just let
Yeah,
me know.
definitely. What are you doing
Cool.
in Boston?
My sister lives there.
Oh,
My
fun.
sister moved to Boston, I think 2 years ago,
Hmm.
something like that. Yeah, I think originally, like uh, she grew up in Germany, and she's a cardiologist,
Oh, wow.
and she went there to do some research, and her plan was to stay for 3 years, but now she got engaged with someone who's from Massachusetts.
Hmm.
So probably she's not coming back. But yeah, I'm visiting her for the second time. And yeah, I went to Boston last year. It was great. Great city.
Yeah, I really like it.
Yeah, it was introduced to me from my American friends as shitty Europe. But I felt like it was very American, at least to me. I don't know if you can agree.
I mean, I think it's a pretty American. I mean, I don't know how you would define something as like specifically being American, though, you know?
So it was, I did not see many guns,
Hmm.
like at least openly.
Yeah.
And and that doesn't shouldn't come off as rude, but there were not too many like overly obese people.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's kind of what the German or European stereotype is probably about Americans, guns and obesity. Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah, it was very like very nice.
yeah. I love Boston. I think it's really pretty. It's a clean
Yeah,
city.
hell yeah. And there's so many bands come from Boston and labels and stuff and
Hmm.
stuff. Crazy. I'm going to do you know a band called Arm's Length? Are you familiar with them?
Sounds familiar.
They're on tour with Origami Angel. Origami Angel. I don't know,
Okay.
just two emo punk bands that I
Yeah.
enjoy, and I think they play in Boston when I'm there. So
That'd be
yeah,
fun.
that's my plan. If you want to go, like if you're planning to go or whatever, let me know. I think they're playing the 21st November or whatever.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take a look.
Yeah, you should. If you enjoy Shoreline, you definitely enjoy Arm's Length. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. Yeah.
So what did you miss the most while you were away on tour?
Um, oh, that's a tough question. I recently figured that I that I feel healthier on tour than I feel when I'm at home because I think it's almost as if I was working out every night,
Hmm.
and I definitely don't do that when I'm at home. Like I try to do like some kind of fitness, but I'm working full time, so
Hmm.
like being at home just means working a lot and
Right.
eating late at night and not doing any sports. And being on tour is like gives me a structure that is maybe a little bit healthier for me.
Hmm.
I don't know, just like it felt like that at least the last couple of times we went on tour. But I mean, I miss my partner when I'm on tour,
Yeah.
obviously, and I miss Münster, the city that where I'm from.
Hmm.
It's between Cologne and Hamburg. It's a rather small city, but every time when we come back from tour, I think, oh, it's nice, nice. It's nice here. Nice to be back. So yeah, and honestly, probably a little bit of privacy. The longer
Hmm.
the tour is, the the only time I'm really by myself is when I am taking a shower or when I'm using the restroom. So
Hmm.
and uh, at every other time of the day, I have at least one person with me. Oh yeah.
Nice to have some alone time once you get back.
True. Yeah.
So what is it like balancing your work life or work music?
Oh, it's tough. It's something that I struggle balancing for sure because I'm working full time. I am a an anesthesiologist, so I'm like working at the hospital, and those two worlds, like medicine and music, are so vastly different
Hmm.
from each other that it is sometimes, no, I think I would say most of the times it's very refreshing and nice to like dive deep into those worlds whenever, like when I'm at work and I don't think about the band. I don't even
Hmm.
have time to think about the band. And when I am on tour, I don't think about the hospital. And
Hmm.
those worlds are so different from each other. That makes it easy like to switch in between,
Yeah.
but it's especially the lack of time because the day has just 24 hours, and
Hmm.
when I'm at work 10 hours of the day, there's not much time left. So,
Hmm.
and I'm like taking vacation to be on tour and stuff, so yeah, it's kind of like just say like I wish the year would have more days, and I wish a day would have more hours.
I think we all wish that.
Yeah, at
Get
least
so
10
much more
hours.
done.
Yeah, yeah. And
So
I don't want to sound like a workaholic, and I don't want to sound like this, I don't know, neoliberal ideal of like you have to work that much to be happy or to be successful. I most definitely think that if I would not work as much and be more on tour, that I would be happier. But figuring that out at the moment.
I bet. Yeah, that's got to be hard. So, what made you choose two things that were so drastically different?
Uh, I'm wondering if it's just a coincidence because I something that I realized about myself is that I am, and that doesn't like I don't want it to sound arrogant, but I think
Mhm.
I am good at a lot of things,
Yeah,
but I'm not excellent at them. Like
yeah,
I
makes
am
sense.
maybe a little bit above average on a lot of things, but I'm not like the best in
Mhm.
the field. And that's for, I don't know, for a couple of things. And I just try to choose the ones that would fill me with joy.
Mhm.
I think medicine, as hard as it is and as drenching as it can be, I never I never doubt the purpose behind
Mhm.
it. So I would say it kind of makes me happy to work to do that job. And same goes for music. I don't have to ask myself why I am going on tour all the time and why I don't have any time for like any other stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I just stumbled into it. Maybe I would even say. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad you found two things that you love.
Yeah. Like, yeah, 100%. Even if I'm complaining about not having time, I'm very aware that like I have friends who are struggling with what their passion is
Mhm.
and like looking for, I mean, that sounds kind of dramatic, but looking for purpose in
Yeah.
life. And I don't have that. I think I know what I want to do, and I'm pretty sure about what, like, at least for now, it feels
Mhm.
like I was put on this earth to do those things, to
Yeah.
be like to work in a hospital and to do this band. So yeah.
I'm glad that you found your purpose because not everybody can find it that easily.
Yeah, yeah. At least for now. I think it can change over time,
Yeah.
like whatever you prioritize or what you enjoy. But for now, like I enjoy that very much.
I can tell you have such passion talking about both of them.
Thank you. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, because I spend most of my time on it.
So, aside from the multiple tours coming up for Shoreline, what else is coming up for you guys?
We record new music. We're writing a new record and probably will come out this year or next year, like a couple singles and
Mhm.
then like release a new record, but that's probably going to happen like definitely not this year. And besides that, we just try to play as much as we can. Like I
Mhm.
think we have the 4 Years Strong coming up, our own shows coming up, the festival summer, and I'm pretty sure that will be like hopefully there will be more tours and shows for us.
Can you share anything about the new music?
I can now drop that we have a new single featuring Joe from Knucklepuck, and I hope it's coming out this year, but probably it's going to come out like release next year.
Mhm.
I'm actually like right now we're waiting for the first mix of it, and I don't know. We just talk to the label and see whatever schedule works out for them and us.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm super like I'm super excited. We went on tour with Knucklepuck this year in March. They took us to the UK and like all of them, and it's like Joe, they're super nice to us, like incredibly nice to us compared to like all support shows and tours that we've done. Knucklepuck are definitely one of the nicest bands out there for sure. And yeah, he sang a couple lines on the song, and like already like hearing the rough mix and stuff was amazing. So I'm really looking forward for that one to come out.
So, when you guys go in to write new music, what does that process look like for you?
It definitely changed a lot over time. We used to be that classic rock and punk band just for people in the room with their instruments, and someone brings a riff and like everyone starts jamming.
Mhm.
And then over the pandemic, we kind of shifted to working on laptops more. And
Mhm.
now Julius and we're both like the main songwriters of the band. We usually like present a full demo with like programmed drums, like MIDI drums and like bass and guitars and like pretty much like a song that
Hmm.
obviously sounds not like it sounds like a demo, but that's usually what we present to the other guys. And then based off that demo, we would start writing in the room with actual instruments and the actual like people playing the drums, like Martin playing the drums, Christoph playing the bass. And yeah, we luckily we have our own studio. We built it a couple of years ago and we recorded the whole like the last record ourselves.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, it was a very frightening experience at the beginning. But Chris Tetty, who mixed the record and who also co-produced it, he really helped us get like about placing microphones right or
Hmm.
like whatever like technicalities there are to be aware of when recording. And we kind of like we've done it a couple times now, so we gain some knowledge
Hmm.
and now we're able like to record a song whenever we want without having to pay like going into a studio. Like obviously we have someone else mix it and
Hmm.
someone who produces it again. Like Chris will is producing with us again. But yeah, it just makes things so much more flexible and so much um time is not a well it kind of still is a relevant factor because we want to get things done sometimes at some point I mean, but it's not like oh we have to really hurry up because our budget for the studio runs out in 2 days and we only
Hmm.
have so much time left. So yeah, it made things a lot easier for us.
Always nice to save money.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like I'm also for the creative process, I am very okay with spending like a bunch of money on like for people who would work on it with us,
Hmm.
whether that's like audio engineers or mixing engineers or mastering, but also like for photography and video, because I do believe if you want to work with people who are doing great stuff you gotta pay them right.
Yeah.
So yeah. But like on the other hand, I think we try to like minimize costs on our end as
Hmm.
far as we can, like as far as it's reasonable. And it's not a question about quality anymore, but
Right.
it's a question about I think ergonomics, maybe.
Hmm.
That's what it is.
That makes sense. So before I ask the last question, was there anything else that you wanted to mention or talk about today?
I don't think so. Like I think I talked a lot already.
Okay. So our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
Ooh, okay. Good question. The soundtrack of my life is currently probably one of my all-time favorite records. It's American Idiot by Green Day. It's the one punk record that got me into the whole genre when I was 10 or 12. I think, yeah, probably. I'd call it the soundtrack of my life because so much that I just learned playing guitar to that record and I still would reference that record for when we write stuff. Like even though obviously our like music taste has evolved and
Mhm.
we have so many other bands that we love, but I think Green Day, it's safe to say that record changed my life. Pretty sure.
Awesome. It's a great record. I love that one
Yeah, I
too.
love it. Yeah, it's a great record. I think like it has its 20th year anniversary this year,
Let's look that up.
which is insane. Yeah. I think it came out 2004. And I can remember, like, I remember that because I'm like, I love that record, but I think Dookie came out 30 years ago. So Green Day made this
Yeah.
special 20th, 30th anniversary thing about it, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
It came out
Yeah.
September 21st, 2004.
Wow. I was 8 years old when that record dropped.
It was 3 years old.
Nice.
It's so crazy when things like that happen. It's like this record was such a part of your life, and now it's like 20 years old, and you're like, already?
Yeah.
Like, how did
Yeah.
that happen?
Yeah. 100%. And it aged really well, I think. There's some records from my youth that I don't know that aged poorly.
Hmm.
But that one held up pretty well, I think.
So, for all of our listeners who want to follow you guys, stay updated on where you're touring, hear the new music when it comes out, where can they find you?
Everywhere. probably wherever you listen to music. It's all out there.
Awesome.
I don't know any platform that we're not on.
Wow.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Like
Have a,
likewise. Thanks for taking the time.
have a nice rest of your day.
Thank you. You too.